What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out a little while longer in splendid Texas. So we had finished off all of the bad guys who were out here. We had eliminated a great deal of them, and it had taken quite a long time because I had to play the fight twice due to, I don't know, a weird mechanic, a very, very odd mechanic. I shot my own character, and then I had to redo the entire fight because all my guys attacked and killed the guy that accidentally misclicked. And so anyways, we've got as much looted as we can right now. We need the ammo for sure. We definitely need more ammo, so I think giving this place a couple once-overs or twice-overs is going to be a good plan. For right now, let's leave this. This is going to be our location that we loot through over the course of the next day or so. If we can go back to the shelter and drop things off, I think it'll make our lives a little bit easier. We can also bring the car out here so we can carry 200 more pounds back with us. I think that'll work as well. There's a lot of loot to be had. The only thing of note that we picked up so far was a fire axe that's like a legendary version. So it's a gold-plated fire axe that we've had the normal disaster axes. You know the axe that you start out with in the forest? It's that right there. It's a little disaster axe, but it's a gold version of it. And the gold version, I don't know, it seems to do a little bit more damage. It does 30 to 40 piercing damage, which is pretty good. That's not like incredible, but it's not awful either. Still, it's nothing to like shake your head at. I mean, had this been earlier on in the game, it'd probably be one of the biggest Hellmaker weapons that we possibly could have picked up. But seeing as we're on the back end of the game now, unfortunately, it doesn't bear that qualification any longer. I'm going to take all that over there. And actually, if we're going to be looting, let's take off all of our armor too. We'll take every last little bit of it off. We'll keep our good guns just in case it gets a little rowdy, but I want to be able to carry back a bunch of stuff with us. I'd prefer that the next trip be our last trip is what I'm attempting to do. And I don't mean that in like a fatalist way, like we're all going to die if we go out here. I want to clarify. We'll throw that in there. All of those can go in there. I'm going to try and do my best to remember what people had equipped, but honestly, my memory's so bad that it may not work out like that. Did I get everybody? I got Paul. Okay, did we get Victor? How you looking, Vic? Vic does still have his... Yeah, he's still got his armor on. We'll take all that off. There's no delay in the audio right now. It's just me slowly spitting things out as we go along. I'm going to bring the car back in this case. I think this is one of the only times that you should ever use the car is when you, A, know that you can actually, like, replace all of the gas that you're going to be using, if I can avoid tripping over my words right here. So we're going back. We know that we're going to be able to get more gas from this location. Like, there's a lot of different things that are going to work for us here. So let's go Militia HQ. Hopefully we can get out there and back without running out of gas. It's got 10 gallons, huh? Alright, well, in we go. I'm not exactly sure how you use the trunk. I think you probably have to be near the zone out or something. Is that how you do it? Yeah, you got to use that right there. Okay, well, we've got the trunk inventory. Let's go ahead and filter through this stuff. Let's see what we can find. We weren't able to actually loot the second-in-command guy. You know the guy that we were looking for, the Frederick or whatever his name is? We couldn't find him. I mean, he's in there. You just can't loot him. Like, he's not clickable, so... Oh. Where did everybody go? Did they despawn? That would be odd. Oh. That's really weird. Alright, well, let's travel around the edge of the map first because we're going to need gas to replace the stuff that we have already. We've got a flashlight and a little bit of soda right there. I am a soda fan. I do indeed enjoy it. A couple of bullets inside that car for a gun that we actively use, so that's not a waste. Gas pump's got 5.5 in it. That's really, really nice. Does this tank or anything have anything for us? I'm going to swoop around the back first, so essentially we're going to go up and down the strip over here. Once we go up and around the building, then we'll get all the other stuff. So we got 8 gallons of gas. We should be able to make up for the fact that we drove the car out here if we can carry it all along with us. The dumpster, already, there's dead guys in the dumpster. He must have been looters or something. That's a unique little take, though. Like, I don't know how many people noticed that in the background, but there's dead bodies everywhere. We got a hammer right there. We got some pallets all taken care of, so we'll get that all locked down. The dumpster, I don't really need that, but I do need that for penicillin. Or amoxicillin, or whatever it is that we're creating. All around the back of the wash shed. They got a little garden back here as well. It looks like the bodies despawned. I don't know why that happened, but somebody apparently picked through it all. I don't know. Wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh, they have a chicken. Cool. I don't know if we have chicken coops or whatever, but I'll definitely take the chickens. How much do they weigh? A 5-pound chicken? That's a pretty big chicken. What do chickens normally weigh? I don't think I've ever lifted enough chickens to have a go-to reference point in my brain for how much a chicken should weigh. Like, if I pick up a chicken, you know when you pick something up in life, and you're like, yeah, that weighs about what I thought it would. Like, mentally, you're ready for it when you pick it up. With a chicken, I have no idea what weight would be okay. Like, I pick up the chicken, and I'd be like, this feels fine, I guess. The chicken seems cool. Doesn't seem especially overweighted. I don't know. Ooh, a bunch of goodies up in there. Upgradable goodies, too. The best kind of goodies. So now that we're on Victor, we're going to have to deal with the grills and get all this stuff done. Yeah, it looks like all the bodies are gone. That's not good. That's really, really bad because we needed the ammo. Why all the bodies have despawned, I don't know. That's the first time that's ever happened in the entire game. I don't know if that was a change that they made with the last patch or what's going on here, but never had this happen before. If they're all gone from the inside, that's major because they all had guns and stuff that I could have used, but I didn't have the weight to bring anything back with me. Yeah, all the bodies despawned. What a minor irritation. Alright then, I guess nothing I can do about it now. No use crying over spilled. I wonder if that's a new addition with the patch. I don't know. I read the patch notes, but I didn't see anything like that. I looted out. That's a problem because I looted out most of the shelves and things before I left, and I was going to come back for the guns on a second run. Unfortunately, it didn't go down like that. I should have taken the guns first and come back for the stuff on the shelves. Had I known, I would have done that. Weapon locker with a bunch of unloaded guns. We've got some useful stuff in here. Not a lot, though. Okay, so that's what was causing it. Was actually just barely up and over the edge. So with this duffel, I don't want the weight. Not going to do anything for me. We got a feminine supply trunk. We've got a storage shelf, and I think that just about hits all of it. Did I get this room? Actually, maybe I didn't get the medical room yet. I'm really, really disappointed about the ammo because we needed it pretty badly. So unfortunately, yikes. Disappointment, thy name is this location. And we drove the car back over here I guess we drove the car over here anticipating the fact that we would have extra loot to bring along, like tons and tons and tons of guns for tons and tons and tons of fun. Unfortunately, nope. Oh, good. We're glitching through walls again. Good. That's always a good idea. Nothing ever goes wrong when we glitch through walls. Alright, well, since we have no armor, why does everybody pull their pants up like it's the 1960s in this game? You notice that? They've all got their pants pulled up to like their armpits. Like, hold on. It also works as a we can use these as waders if we have to. Push them all the way on up. If you can't feel that waistline around your armpits, then you aren't doing it right. What do you think? You're from the 1990s or something? Let's go back over here. Come on, everybody. Continue to walk in my general direction. Vic, don't you turn around, you dumb bastard. Don't you do it. The AI in this game. The AI in this game. Alright, well, let's just go back to base camp then, and I guess we'll bypass the day. There's nothing else here that I really wanted to accomplish. We should probably talk to Parisa, seeing as she's with a government agency that could conceivably help out with all this. Since the rest of it was a bust, I see no problem stopping off for pecans. I love myself some pecan pie. Very, very delicious, and one of my favorite parts of the Thanksgiving season. I love pecan pie. Pecan pie is real. Ooh, we got wild herb over here, too. Well, if we don't stop to take that, what will we stop to take? Obviously, this will be good. We bring this back, and I bet everybody has a smile on their face. They'll be like, yay, best scavenging mission ever. Into the shelter we go. Alright, well, we brought back a lot of luxuries and things, so I guess I'm disappointed about the ammo, though. We could have used it. We could have used it. There weren't a lot of shotguns or anything in there, though, so I assume that maybe, I don't know, we'll have to do kind of like a little head count of what happened right there. Nonetheless, I think it's probably time to excuse ourselves from this day. I mean, I'm not trying to speed through the game, but I am definitely trying to finish it at this point. And so some people have said the best way to do that is just to start skipping days and just going out and like picking plants and stuff and just let it come to its conclusion because the game starts to end on like day, oh, I don't know, 80 or 90. I think the developers may have overdone it with the length of the game. There is such a thing as too much, I guess, is the point that I'm getting at here. We'll throw the nerve gas up in there. We don't have any armor on us, but we'll re-equip after the morning period. How about that? We'll talk to Parisa in just a little bit, too. Where did Parisa go, out of curiosity? She's a new character, and we've got so many people walking around at this point. We got one Buzz just walking through walls over here, just being a badass. We got Melina, we got Davis, Ephraim's over there. Ah, there's Parisa. Let's go talk to her first, because obviously I think being from the CDC, out from Atlanta ways, she'll have access to information that we might not have. Is there anything you'd like me to look for out in the field? You know, ever since the start of my field work out here, I haven't gotten a single full night of sleep. I can function, you know, it's just that I would love a single uninterrupted night of slumber, or even to calm down enough not to wake up in a panic. Sleeping pills would definitely help. Oh, and the hell with it. If you could find me any marijuana, I'd like that too. Haven't had this stuff since college, but it sure calmed me down then, and I'd appreciate something like that a whole lot. Duly noted. A few questions. Tell me about yourself. Well, to give you the long version, because why the hell not, my parents emigrated to the United States from Iran in the 60s and both ended up being scholars. I grew up thinking I'd become a historian, but once I started to see how much human culture was shaped by disease, well, basically I went from being a history major to a pre-med pretty much instantly. Blah blah schooling, and eventually I got a job at the CDC. When all this started, I was stuck in HQ doing lab tests, and suddenly they were insisting we go to the hot zones ourselves. It was insane. We were in Austin, we went to Dallas, and I saw the city get bombed when we were evacuated. Our convoy actually got attacked by desperate survivors. Just normal people driven to frenzy, and then a whole swarm of undead showed up. It was chaos. It's just me, a colleague, and a soldier. The soldier got bit and turned. My colleague got killed by scavengers. I got sold by them to the militia. And every day I wonder why I'm still alive and they're not, and what it all means. I'm sorry about that. Was there something else? Let's see here. We've got... What'd you say your skills are? I'm guessing you want raw data, not nonsense about MDs or PhDs or something. Alright, immunology, pathology, virology. I'd be lying if I said I'd never watched any internet videos about how to make soft drinks foam up by adding mints and other random neat shit like that. I could patch up wounds pretty well, and I did participate in the trauma unit for a while, but I work best in a lab setting, not an operating table setting. That sounded awkward, but I'm sure you get the gist. You said you were trying to research a cure for the virus? Was and still would like to, if and when we get the means and the clearance to do it. There was only so much I could do back at the militia camp, but with what I saw in the hot zones and my colleagues' research notes and my own work. You seriously think a cure is possible? If I didn't, I'd have killed myself the first moment someone left me alone in that militia camp. This is more important than my own life. I can respect that. Has anybody ever told you that you curse a lot? You think this is bad, you should have heard some of my colleagues or my grandmother, who always forgot I could speak Farsi too. She had a vicious imagination, that woman. I aspired to be as clever as she would, but no, some people have their vices. I have my shits and fucks, and that's the end of it, Miss Manners. Okay, well, I guess she doesn't have anything useful for us. A little bit disappointing. I was hoping she might be a catalyst for a way to extract ourselves out of here, but guess we do what we gotta do here. On to the next day. There's nothing else to do right now, we might as well. Okay, so a big old morale change, and so morale is up over 4,000 now. We got really, really good morale. Everything's looking pretty good. We came back with enough food to where we got 19 fresh food, and still moving on up. Hi, how are you holding up? I'm fine, thanks for asking. Well, I worry about everybody here. I pray constantly for our safety. Let's hope the Lord doesn't have his hands too full to hear me these days, eh? Just joking, of course. Is there something you need, Todd? Yes. As you know, many of the faithful here spend much of their time with me discussing spiritual matters or looking for guidance. It would be helpful, I feel, to have a few more creature comforts about when they come to see me, so I was wondering if I could take a few things from the equipment room. A few candles, blankets, batteries, sodas. A dozen or so items should cover it. Let's see here. Well, I'll take 15 if you think it'll help increase morale around here. That's incredibly generous of you. That'll go a long way. God bless you. Well, happy to help. We'll talk later. The radio's been full of messages that you attacked the local militia. Is that true? Hell yeah, I did, and I'd do it again. The Sons, the militia, they're a big organization, lots of leadership. Look, you know that I don't agree with anything they stand for. They're domestic terrorists, and they're extremely well organized and well armed, and there's a lot of them. You should be very careful when traveling too far away from here. From the sound of the message, they know exactly who you are and will likely attack you on sight. Well, bring it on. I'll be glad to take more of those assholes out. Tweedletime might forgive me, but I had something I wanted to talk to you about. It's a little forward of me to ask, but, she bites her lip and looks away shyly. What? What do you think of me? I mean, be honest. It really means a lot for me to know. Well, you've always supported me and been somebody I can rely on. Thank you. It means so much to hear you say that. I'm always happy to help you because she looks down and away a moment before continuing. Ever since things fell apart, I started to despair that the world was doomed. It was like the hope I had was a memory. I thought it was a thing that was in the past, but I didn't want to let it go, and yet it was slipping away from me even though I was trying not to let it go. When you rescued me, it was like that hope came back again, and every day here with you, it's just gotten stronger and stronger. No matter how bad things might get, it doesn't feel to me like we're just holding on. With you, it feels like things can change. Fiona, you need to stop idolizing me. I don't want that. Her eyes widen as if in terror. No, I mean, that's silly. It's just, you're so important. This place would fall apart without you. I know that. That's all I mean. You just give me hope. I appreciate your sentiment, but I'm not a savior. I'm just a person. You know that, right? She looks stricken, but all the things you said to me, that I meant something to you, that you knew. You know you're special. Why won't you let me treat you like you should be treated? I thought She lets out a strangled cry and runs out of the room. As long as I'm not responsible for the strangling, I'm okay with that. Hey, the wheelchair guy. Davis, right? He said you wanted to see me. Which one was Jillian? I don't remember who Jillian is. Did you leave the shelter yesterday and not tell anybody? Yeah, to get to know the area, I found some places I want to investigate more in the future. I think they might have some good stuff. Jillian, I know you're used to being on your own, and I imagine you were trying to help, but you're a part of a community now, and you have to understand that. A community, I guess. I'm sorry I went out without asking or telling anybody, but I found these pills. That helps, right? Can I go out again? I mean, if I tell somebody that I'm going? Alright, I'm sorry, Jillian, but it's too risky for you to head out on your own. I can't let you do it. But she trails off and sighs morosely. Fine, I won't go out anymore. I'll just stay here and stuff. Good. And I trust you know better than to bring it up again. Goodbye. She brought back antibiotics. So if she actually does have Asperger's, I'm not super experienced with it. However, as far as I know, that's a type of autism, right? It's just like a social, not a social maladjustment, I guess, but an inability to react properly in social situations, I guess. Isn't that the definition of autism? They struggle, like people with autism struggle in social situations or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm not educated about the subject, so I'll come clean right there. However, you got to be delicate with that right there, and I'm pretty sure, judging from the few Asperger's people I've dealt with in real life, you can't be too sure it's gonna really like, I don't know. You got to babysit that one a little bit, I guess. Not her as a person, but you just got to make sure she gets what you're telling her to do, I suppose. I don't know. I have no idea how to deal with that situation. Like I said, I'm not super experienced with it. Can we put more people on guard duty? I would love for more people to be on guard duty. It's been a little nasty around here lately. It might be worth it to get the sniper rifles going again. I don't know how many sniper rifles I have, but if we could put people on it, it'll probably be helpful. We got too many people sitting around doing nothing right there. I guess we'll get people started on arrows. And anybody else that can help out with it should. I just don't know, though. Well, it looks like we're out of stuff to do, so frankly, we may just want to hang out for a little bit and wait and see how this goes. I'm going to go down to the south, and what we'll do is we'll just scavenge around for food today. I don't think we're actually going to go out and try and accomplish anything. There's nothing interesting that I've seen around. I've already forgotten where what's-his-name said we needed to go to rescue people. They were around. It was like one of the bullseyes or something, isn't it? I don't know. I've forgotten what he said, but honestly, at this point in the game, I'm having a hard time just, like, caring anymore. Like, the survivors are all sort of, like, one-dimensional, so it's like, I guess. Adding a few more of them isn't going to really do much but drain our food numbers a little bit more, is what I'm getting at here. Let me put all my gear back on real fast, since it's disappointing we didn't get to raid that place like I wanted to. I'm really, really sort of, like, down about it. I'm not down about it, but it was a blow. It was a blow, and not of the reinvigorating kind. Let's throw the gear back on. This should only take a moment. It shouldn't be too cumbersome to get this done. We got armor right there. We'll go legs. We'll go head. And then my guess is that this went on you somewhere, I guess. That leaves us with good old Troy. So we'll throw armor on him. We got a helmet. We got combat boots going on. Once we got the combat boots on up, I don't know, maybe throw some chainmail on him or something. Seems pretty cool. That'll work out for right now. Little frog in my throat right there. No idea where that one came from, but it got me. It got me good. It got me very, very well. Alright, so let's head out. I'm probably just going to scavenge for a little bit. From here on out, we'll probably start skipping the game a little bit more. Just because I'd like the game to come to a close. It's not that, I don't know. Dead State Day is cool. Like, I enjoy recording the game, but honestly, the game doesn't have enough narrative to keep me hooked. And it's not really sandboxy enough either. Like, you can accomplish, if they weren't going to have a narrative, I don't need the car right now. We'll take the horses out. Let's go to, I don't know, we could take a look around. It's an upscale shopping plaza. Got the gas and gulp. There's some tomatoes up here, so we might as well head out this way. Seems alright to me. Got a biker bar, the Burnett Strip Mall. We've got a vegetable farm over here. We've got Happy Boots. What is Happy Boots? That seems risky. The few motels and apartment complexes we've gone to thus far have always bogged down into just like a mess of us dealing with zombies for long periods of time. What was that right there? It stopped us off, but I thought I'd clicked something wrong. I don't know. Let's see what we get out of there. What is this? Train tracks. You heard barking earlier. Alright, well we could check it out. I don't think I've seen this before, so the train tracks might have something for us. We heard barking. Oh, it's a bunch of dogs. Okay. So this would be a big, big problem in the early game. In the late game, though, it's not so bad. He shouldn't be able to attack us because we're accidentally stacked on the same spot. It's a long, reoccurring bug that we've had the entire time we've been playing the game. Got a big miss right there. Step to the side. Victor, we should not use any bullets. As much as possible, I'd like to lay back on our bullet usage. I think we've got more than enough rounds to where if I have to, I can swap people over from the combat shotguns and have them use, or at least start using, the sniper rifles. However, I'd prefer not to do that just because we're a little bit low on supplies right now. Militarily, we're not looking so strong. We are not looking so strong. I'm going to finish off the dogs right here in my own time. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I am going to be sort of just like tooling around, not really going after any more storyline from here on out. I think I'll probably just wait until the storyline hits us and then we'll try and extract ourselves. Sound good? I'll see y'all later. Hi, do everybody.